Welcome back. Now, search and recovery operations are still underway in Morocco following the earthquake that shattered thousands of lives. According to official figures, the death toll stands at nearly 3,000 people. But what are the experiences of those who are in neighbouring towns and how this has affected their relatives and their daily lives? Oussama El-Mouatassim was in Marrakesh when the earthquake struck a week ago, and he joins me now live. Thank you so much for your time, Oussama. We do appreciate it. Maybe just speak to us about when the earthquake hit Marrakesh. What happened? Where were you? Maybe just take us through that experience.
The earthquake it struck at night. It was 11 p.m. All of us were shocked, because Morocco never faced. It's been a long time since Morocco faced an earthquake like that, especially a city like Marrakesh. We never did, so it was so shocking for me. For an example, as a personal experience, I was outside, just on my motorcycle, just doing some chores and things, and all of a sudden the land start moving and everything start. People start screaming and they're saying earthquakes, earthquake, earthquake. Everyone was panicking. Even people are not used to it because we never had it. It was our first time happening, especially in Marrakesh, because it happened close to Marrakesh. It's 17 kilometers close, but Marrakesh is the big city, the closest big city. A lot of villages, a lot of places that got turned down. Buildings got everything was a mess for a second. But fortunately, it didn't make as much as a lot of scientists said it would have been. So even though it was an unfortunate event, it's really sad to see. It was very hard to experience, especially for everyone that was not used to that, didn't know what to do, didn't know how to react to it. So people just panicked, I would say. A lot of people, it's very unfortunate. A lot of people lost their houses, their businesses, small businesses. A lot of people lost a lot of things, and a lot of lives, very unfortunate, a lot of lives lost. It was almost 3,000 on the first day. So, and they're still digging people. They're digging people on the land, and that's it.
Yeah, so sorry, let me just get this straight. You were in Marrakesh when this happened, and the earthquake happened about 17 kilometers out of Marrakesh. So what did it feel like in Marrakesh?
Yes, still it was horrible because because the power of it is big. It was 6.8, so it's a very powerful earthquake. It would take a lot of lands. It would take a lot of cities. So even though it was as far as 17 kilometers, it affected us it was right at the middle. Because if 6.8 happened in the middle of the city, the whole city would be wiped out of the map because it could not stand it. The big buildings, everything will be turned down. So even though it was very buildings, of course, towards earthquakes, they're very fragile. So a lot of buildings got cracked. A lot of houses got burned down because, like I said, it was horrible. It was horrible. I'm trying to find words to give the best description to it, but I cannot. It was very unfortunate. That's
Certainly, I know it can be, I mean, it's very difficult to describe something so tragic. So nearly 3,000 people, possibly even more, have tragically lost their lives. What is the situation like now on the ground? Are officials still trying to recover bodies?
Yeah. Our king, he announced this second day because, like I said, it happened that night. So the second morning, he announced big news for people to especially the military, to go and start helping people. For us, our military is very strong, so when it moves, it really does. So help was given the next day. A lot of people for 12 hours or I don't know exactly, didn't even eat. So because of they lost their houses, they lost everything, so they couldn't even eat. So food, everything they would need, they reached them. Of course, they wouldn't give the like give them their houses back at the same time, of course. But a lot of people got saved. Unfortunately, a lot of people were dead. A lot of people were digged out of the dirt, and that's a very sad thing. But like you can see, everyone is trying to help, even people, even citizens. They're like giving hand, like we're here to help. People from all over the cities, like the north and west and everything, they're coming like just to help. People are making funds just to help. Every job is making funds in Morocco. Every school is making funds. Everyone is going, like even just friends and just like people, random people and civilians, they're going to help. And that's very beautiful to see. But unfortunate for some people, they lost like very like special things to them and their houses and their businesses, and people, unfortunately, even their loved ones.
Certainly, I can't imagine the devastation. I want to ask you, in terms of from your assessment and just looking at the situation, is there a need for further aid and assistance? I know you're saying everybody's coming through to help, and it's obviously much needed, but would you say that more help is needed? And I ask this in the context of, we have an organization here in South Africa, Gift of the Givers, that wanted to come through to Morocco, Marrakesh, to assist, and it was declined because Morocco says they actually don't need the help. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, I would say for us, the military only moves on big events. So when the military moves, it really gets their things done. And plus, like I said, everyone is trying to help. So I could say the help is overloaded with it. So everyone is trying to help. That's why I think the government tried their best to not make it a mess, not make it a chaos. A lot of people involved. Already a lot of people involved because, of course, no one would want that on themselves or the loved ones. So everyone is trying to help. I'm talking just about civilians. But overall, the military and the government, they tried the best. You could see, like, we could see everyday videos of people on social media, and they're happy that the help is getting there to them. They're happy that they're getting the things they need. But of course, it wouldn't be as much as the houses they lost. The government is trying to rebuild and repay them for the houses and a lot of things. They're trying to see like the damage, because a lot of people still, until this moment, didn't like evaluate the damage yet, because like I said, a lot of people still are being digged out. A lot of people are, their things, the houses, they're still evaluating the situation. But overall, I think the help is very there. Like you could see like lately for the past week, Morocco is like all over the place about the earthquake. And everyone is talking about it, and everyone is doing their best. So I think that's why the government chose to not make a chaos out of it and to not involve a lot of people, because it's already been done.
Sure. And then just lastly, Oussama, you know, I'm sure a lot of people that were fortunate enough to survive this earthquake have obviously been displaced. Some have probably lost absolutely everything. Is there aid and assistance for those that have lost everything and managed to survive this? And maybe if you can just give some clarity in terms of the recovery of bodies, is that still ongoing?
Yeah, I think it is. Like I heard that a lot of people, like dead, sorry to say, but the dead people they're already like counting them on. But I don't think they're still like dead bodies until this moment. Everything was checked out, and everything was searched multiple times. So I think it's all clear. But a lot of people are damaged. They're trying the best. Like the government is evaluating. Even my grandmother lives in the city, but her house and the whole neighborhood got affected. A lot of cracks. A lot of people that needed big help. They needed to evacuate the place, even though there's some buildings and there's some houses that didn't get torn up, but it's still, they needed to evacuate, and the government is giving them like choices and how to recover from that. But overall, like I said, it's still evaluating the situation, and it's still searching for the best solutions to it. But overall, most people, the assist they needed.
Certainly. Well, we wish you all the best, and thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. We do appreciate it. That was Oussama El-Mouatassim speaking to us from Marrakesh.